Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Deenadarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Seeking blessings of all the devotees who are assembled here. Today we will be discussing on the Mahaprabhu's South India trip. Hare Krishna Dhamai Prabhu, Vashyam Prabhu, Bhatmana, Hare Krishna, Prema Priya Mataji, Radharani Mataji, Hare Krishna, Rukmani Mataji, Hare Krishna, Surin Mara Prabhu, Hare Krishna, seeking all the devotees who are assembled here. Okay, this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, Mahaprabhu tour of South India. This consists of 3 or 4 chapters, but I'm covering only the 7th chapter. That too, few drops of what is there in that 7th chapter. And after that, Mahaprabhu goes to Ramanandaya, conversation with Ramanandaya. That itself another big topic. And Srirangam episode, it's another big topic. Like that, we can go on this many things, but I'm just covering the initial mood. Why Mahaprabhu ventured for the South Indian Yatra? What are the major reasons why he traveled? Main reason why he traveled is, he wants to propagate this preaching. Preaching is the essence. Mahaprabhu, why he took avatar, why he is taken avatar in this Kali Yuga? To spread this holy name. Actual, he was doing in the closed doors Sankirtan in Mayapur. But after he took sannyas and when he started South India trip, that's where he was really using this principle of Sankirtan to make a mass preaching. So this is to show the mass preaching how to be done to the masses and classes. So that's the main reason why we want to do South Indian Yatra, because this is the beginning of his outreach, we would say. Otherwise, it's Mayapur, Vrindavan, it was closed associates. There is no outreach as such, except Chandkazi, he just went out and Sankirtan movement. Then this is the officially you would start the Sankirtan movement to spread the holy name. One reason. Second reason, the lot of associates, we wouldn't allow Mahaprabhu to strict follow regulations, and he goes without his results to follow strict. Third aspect is how to preach. And so for the high philosophy, for all those Ramananda Raya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, then for the classes, a lot of Kirtan, Bhajan, how to Sankirtan is spreading it. And he showed himself how to do outreach program. So there are a lot of importance to it. That's why we would see. And the other aspect, what a lot of things we can learn is when we want to go for Yatra. A lot of time we go for Yatra, right? We love going Yatra. What is the mood in which we have to go Yatra? And when you go on Yatra, what are you supposed to do? It's not Yatra means going and seeing the places, but here it is the hearing from the person who is there. Tirtha Kurvanti Tirthani. So this shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, when Vidura comes back to Hastinapur, and Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling, "Oh, yourself Tirthavanti Kurvanti Tirthani, you are the holy place, pilgrimage of places," because the devotees carry God in the heart. So it's so wonderful that you have come here. So I want to hear from you, right? Otherwise, it's Vyasa Tirtha. Any other Gramya Katha when we do, then it is a Vyasa Tirtha. It's pilgrimage of crows. Unless there's a Krishna Katha happens. Wherever Krishna Katha happens, it's a Vrindavan is a state of mind. It's state of consciousness. It's not a place. So we think about Vrindavan now, and we are in Vrindavan. It does not matter physically we are there or not. So Mahaprabhu sets the similar mood, and when you go there, what is the behavior one should have? So these are some of the aspects what we would be covering, and where and all event. This is in the year 1500 to 1512. These are the 2 years Mahaprabhu made in a yatra. It was in the January Shankranti day, 14th or 15th, whatever day Shankranti we celebrate. So that's the day it's Mahaprabhu took sannyas. And most of time we celebrate a lot of festival, especially Shankranti. But this Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, we kind of not to celebrate, but this is to remember the separation from Mahaprabhu taking sannyas. It was thinking about Mahaprabhu taking sannyas because the entire Navadip was in cry, literally in tears, seeing Mahaprabhu taking sannyas because they have to separate from Mahaprabhu because once you take sannyas, you can't stay in the same place. So the leaving his mother Sachimata, who was devastated, and his wife, young wife, devastated, and Shantipur, all these devotees, they're all devastated. Oh, we have to lose Mahaprabhu. So such a emotional day. Then what happens is in the February month, after Mahaprabhu take sannyas, then he travels to uh, Jagannath Puri. And Jagannath Puri, he talks to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya in the month of March, which is currently what we are doing now. And in the month of April, Mahaprabhu, 1510, he starts South India trip. Then he goes for 2 years. So I will not be able to cover all these pastimes. And I just to give you a glimpse of where and all he went, right? What are the places he went? I can give a glimpse, but otherwise we will be seeing the tattva behind why did he make South Indian Yatra? Because every topic on its own, we have to see from Jagannath Puri, he went to Alarnath. That's where the first Sankirtan movement started. In sense, he did a big Sankirtan where all the ladies and the villages nearby, they all came and they don't want to leave Mahaprabhu. And that's a place even Nityananda Prabhu predicts that this Sankirtan movement will spread far and wide, and which is Srila Prabhupada did it for us. Then he came to Kurmashetra, it's in present Andhra Pradesh. Then he visited Himachal. Nashingadev is unique here because he is having Varaha, Narsimha, uh, Lakshmi Varaga Narsimha, because in the face is Varaha, the body is Narsimha, the chest is like human than the Narsimha in the feet. So it's a very, very famous temple. And also he meets Kurma Brahmana, as well as there is one more Vasudeva Brahmana who has a leprosy, and the Kurma Brahmana. And the message here is that Mahaprabhu, everywhere he went, Kurma Brahmana immediately said, I want to come with you, I want to leave my family. But Mahaprabhu said, be wherever you are and start chanting this preaching. So throughout South India, you would see many people wanted to come. And he gave the same similar instruction, be wherever you are and spread this holy name. So that's one lessons we can learn. Then he came to Godavari. We know the famous Vidyanagara conversation between Ramananda Raya. So there are 3 or 5 major important conversations one should understand Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu did not write a lot of literature except he spoke Shishtastakam, but he gave a lot of instruction through the conversations. Out after this 2 year, Mahaprabhu did not go major trip except Vrindavan and few places, but he was stationed in Puri and he was instructing Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, like that. So out of which is 5 important conversation, one should read Sanatana Siksha, which talks about Sambandha. Then Rupa Goswami is Abhideya. So these acharyas, after hearing from Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami for 10 days and Sanatana Goswami for 2 months, and they wrote volumes of book. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is not able to condense all of them. He writes in 5 chapters. Sanatana Siksha and Rupa Goswami is the one. So it's very difficult because 2 months of conversation, imagine how much depth they would have gone. And the Acharya has written Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Instruction, Haribhakti Vilas. These are all the expression or these are all the outcome of those teachings. So then this is a famous conversation. Why I was telling is Sambandha Acharya is Sanatana Goswami, Abhideya Acharya is Rupa Goswami, and Prayojana Acharya here is Ramananda Raya. He talks about the Prayojana aspect of it. It's not a Sambandha Acharya, but the aspects of the Tattva, what they talked about is Ramananda Raya and Raghunath Goswami is the Abhideya Prayojana Acharya. So these three important conversations are very important. After that, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the conversation, as well as Prakashananda Saraswati. If you hear this 5 conversation, the entire tattva of Krishna conscious philosophy is accommodated here. So that way, the famous conversation on the Sambandha Videya, the Prayojana aspect of it, Ramananda Raya speaks and Mahaprabhu listens. This is a wonderful katha happened in the Godavari. Then he went to a lot of places, Ahobila Narasimha, Sri Saila, Tirumala event, Tirupati event, Pana Narasimha event. Also, he went to Kanchi, Shiva Kanchi, Vishnu Kanchi. Then he also went to Srirangam. This is the place famous Venkatapatta. He was trying to prove how Radha Krishna worship is supreme than the worship of Vishnu. And especially this is very important for the South Indian people because this most of time they think from Vishnu, Krishna has come. So this is, he proves that here, wonderful conversation. And his son, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, is extremely genius, extremely knowledgeable Acharya who attracted in the childhood of Mahaprabhu. Then later he comes and joins in Vrindavan. In fact, the sixth Sandarbha, what Jiva Goswami is written, originally compiled by Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And Jiva Goswami says, later I picked up this literature, then put it in the order. I've added few things. That's what Jiva Goswami claims. This sixth Sandarbha originally written by this Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And also he established a temple in Vrindavan, Radha Raman temple. So then we see how he attracted those Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Venkata Bhatta. And also even now you go to Srirangam, Mahaprabhu carved during this Chaturmasya with his personal hand, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya deity. Still you can go on Rangashetra and you can have darshan of these beautiful deities. Then he went to southern Mathura. Then he also went to Trinelveli, Tamrabarani, those areas. Then he went to Rameshwaram, Sedupantana, Dhanush Tirtha, and also he went to Kanyakumari. Um, then he came to, in Karnataka, he came to Udupi, like that. Then he, Kolhapura he went. Then he, then he, then he went back to Jagannath Puri Dham. There are many places which he has written, and it is would be advisable, like whenever we want to go, then we can visit all those places and remember Mahaprabhu's pastime. And there are a lot of acharyas trying to make a footprint of wherever Mahaprabhu went. So that initiative, you can all participate in South India wherever he went, read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, note down the places, and we can go and see these places. So we'll start the Yatra, the seventh chapter of Madhya Leela. Jnanam tam naumi chaitanyam vasudevam dayadratihi nashtakushtam rupa pushtam bhakti tushtam chakarayah. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being very compassionate towards a Brahmana named Vasudeva, cured him of leprosy. He transformed him to a beautiful man. Satisfied with the devotion service, I offer respectful obeisance unto the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami always starts with some qualities of Mahaprabhu for the particular chapter. In South India, he meets Kurma Brahmana as well as this Vasudeva Brahmana who had a leprosy. and he cured him, and he went and preached this Krishna conscious, because Mahaprabhu, he said, I want to join, and Mahaprabhu gave the same instruction: wherever you are, go and preach this village to village. And he embraced some. He got immediately love of God, and he went to the another person in the village. He embraced somebody, or he just chanted a Krishna kirtan. Then immediately the Krishna love of God had spread. There is one person from that village. He went to the another village, or somebody got married and went, and they told to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Immediately, it was spreading like a wildfire. And literally, Mahaprabhu, when he was there, he liberated the entire India. Then one might ask, Prabhu, if he's liberated entire person, entire India, then we should be empty. Why there are so many people are there? Population is increasing. So that's food for thought. Um, so think about it. We will discuss at the end of the class. So literally, Mahaprabhu preached entire India and far and wide. And his method of preaching is how it is possible. Every village he can go. He did not personally go, but whoever he embraced or whoever he told to chant, those people went to other villages and other villages, other villages. The person who is already here in the particular village, he went to another village, he told to preach. He empowered the to Sankirtana movement. So it was a wildfire. Literally everybody in India got liberated when Mahaprabhu was there. So that's the message we can get here. The second the other important shloka. I'm just going by important shloka because it's very difficult to cover the entire stuff. तुमी सब बंधु मोरा बंधु कृत्या कैले इहानी अनि मोरे जगन्नाथ देख कहिले ये शबस्ताने मुनि मगोन एक दाने सभी मिले अजना देहा यही बदेक्षिणे. So, you are all my friends, and you have properly executed the duties of friends by bringing me here to Jagannath Puri and giving me the chance to see Lord Jagannath in the temple. I now beg all of you for one bit of charity. Please give me a permission to leave for tour of South India. So, this is the first lesson from this verse we learn. What is the first lesson? When we go on Yatra or we want to progress in Krishna consciousness, we should seek permission, blessings of the Vaishnavas. Now, Mahaprabhu, being a supreme personality of Godhead, he does not need to ask anybody's permission. Look at his humility, number one, and the process in which we have to go to Tirtha Yatra. We have to take blessings. We always need to ask devotee, please pray for me so that I go in the right consciousness. And also, it is not that easy. Radharani would allow immediately come to Vrindavan unless some devotees pray for you. At least Mahaprabhu is merciful. You can go anytime to Mayapur. Even for Tirupati, for that matter, many of you experience, you plan it, but last time it would change because he needs to call you. So there are certain places you need to have blessings of the Vaishnavas. If you ask them to pray for them, then you will be able to go. Otherwise, last minute, anything can happen. You might book your ticket, but you may not be able to go. So Mahaprabhu is successful preaching is starting, and he's seeking all the blessings of junior, senior, doesn't matter. That's one thing. So the first lesson to be learned is if somebody wants to be materialistically successful, you can put it in the chat. What do you think the main reason for how they can be successful? What is the main reason? There are many reasons for a person to be successful in the material life. What do you think is the successful one can get into in the materialistic life? Mercy, mercy of whom? So it's predominantly depends on the karma. Mercy is the for the devotional aspect of it. Material life, if a person has written, such a place you would born, how much wealth you would have, is born with a silver spoon, some of them. So of course, hard work, luck, all those things matters, but predominantly it is based on your karma, your approximately where you will go, how will you go, that is decided. The details of it, how much that will vary, but it's predominantly a karma. But in the spiritual life, to progress, as Mataji said, there's only one thing depending on is the mercy of the Vaishnavas. It does not depend on your ability, skill. Of course, it matters, but there is that doesn't help. Other things doesn't help. So if you want to come to Krishna conscious, how many of you here would have told, Prabhu, as soon as I born, I became Krishna conscious? Or you might say, one day I was sleeping in the night and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in my dream and said, you should now become a ISKCON devotee. Please go and join ISKCON. How many of you became devotees like this here? None, right? There's somebody who has taught you, oh, this is the book distribution, or you would have met devotees on the Sankirtan, or you would have bumped another Vaishnava and you said, why don't you come to temple? Right? The Krishna conscious started with the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Now, how you nourish your Krishna conscious? Let's say there is no Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, there is no Sunday program. Everybody's house, they can do whatever they want, but that's all the philosophy. We nourish in the temple, we go see so many devotees, so much enthusiasm comes. That's because the Vaishnava association, we nourish our Krishna conscious. If there is no devotee, you are in the jungle and there is no devotee at all, imagine, but you know all the philosophy. Will you be able to follow Krishna conscious? Will you be able to nourish Krishna consciousness? Not discussing Krishna Katha? You can't. So, and when you want to leave this place, unless the Vaishnava's blessings are there, their prayers are there, they're going to, in association, you're going to leave. How Prabhupada left is this world. Even for leaving this world, you need Vaishnava's association. You want to overcome your bad habits, your thinking, previous, after coming to ISKCON, the people go with all the nonsense thing, but when they come out, they follow four-legged principles and everything they would have given up. So, such is the power of Vaishnava association. So, one time, Srila Prabhupada was in Grihastha ashram. That time he was in Bengal. He rented it out the first floor to the Vaishnava Gaudiya Vaishnavas, like our base. Now we always say that base. Prabhupada started the first base. So he had his house, one of the apartment, he left it for the Gaudiya Brahmacharis used to say. He used to do his own business. So Srila Prabhupada, but take there sometime their association. One time he was in the staircase, he was chanting, and there is one senior devotee who is a Sanskrit Pandit that time is called Dol Govinda Shastri. He went and gave the class in the base because all the brahmacharis were there. He gave a class. He's a scholarly person. So after finishing the class, he was coming down the staircase. He saw Abhay Babu. Hey, Abhay Babu, today I gave a wonderful class on Chaitanya Charitamrita. But one thing I'm not sure, even though I spoke, because in that Mahaprabhu says, Prithvi Parayana Yate Ache Desha Grama Sarvatra Sanchara Haibe Mora Nama. Every town and village, my name will spread. This is what Chaitanya Bhagavat says. But I really don't know, except Calcutta, few people know about it. But Mahaprabhu, cities also, certain extent I can understand, but I don't know how in the village somebody can understand this. I really doubtful. This I don't know. I spoke. Then Prabhupada got up from his chanting and walked down few stairs down, and he said, "This is prediction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It will 100% come true, and you don't doubt about Mahaprabhu's words." So still he was not convinced, thinking that okay, Abhay Babu is emotionally telling something. Then two steps he came down, and he said, closed his eyes with humility. There will be one fool who surrendered to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one of the disciple, he will do it. Then this Dol Govinda Shastri thought, oh, I'm also disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Is it Abhay is talking about me that I'm going to spread this Krishna conscious movement? And Prabhupada got down two more steps and he turned towards him. He said, definitely it is not you. So like that, Prabhupada knew that he's going to spread this Krishna conscious movement everywhere. So if it is an ability, the progress of Krishna consciousness, it does not depend on ability. From this episode, we can see that Prabhupada at the age of 70, there is no resources literally. He is establishing 108 temples, 10,000 disciples he is making it. As of now, roughly the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam translated into many languages. It is 55 crore books of Bhagavad Gita has been distributed worldwide in ISKCON so far. 55 crore. So how is this all possible? This is only possible, and he is a Grihastha. Many of his life is spent as a Grihastha. So Krishna conscious is not depend on your ability, certain extent to sadhana, but unless this Vaishnava Kripa is not going to be there is no progress. He was depending purely on his guru, Vani's instruction, and he was praying for uh, in the Vrindavan courtyard. We all know that Prabhupada would cry profusely every day, night, and he was sweeping at Rupa Sanatana. And he go to Advaita Acharya. Just before going one day before, he went and prayed to Advaita Acharya in Shantipur. Then Prabhupada took his travel. So he was constantly praying Vaishnava's mercy. So Krishna conscious is progress depends on only on Vaishnava. progress. You might do a lot of sadhana, you might do 192 chants, like 1 to 2 rounds, like it's Haridas Thakur, but another Vaishnava is not blessing. Other Vaishnava is not happy. Krishna is not going to reveal your name from Rupa, Nama, Guna, Rupa, Leela. That's not going to happen. So Vaishnava mercy, serving the Vaishnava, taking their permission is the essence. So the first lesson from Mahaprabhu, we learn it, even though Supreme Personality have added, teaching everyone as the importance of sadhu sangha, importance of taking their blessings before we do any activity. One time, there is one Maharaj was traveling Congo deep into South Africa. Uh, so somebody came from the forest Aborigine people, and they said, "Hey, tomorrow you are coming to our forest, and you are invited as a guest for feast." And this devotee was thinking, "Am I going to become a feast, or they are inviting for me a feast?" Because they're all tribal people in the forest. So he's not too sure to say yes or no. He said, "Okay, we will go and see. Now Krishna will protect me." So the next day, this they were taking into the jungle. Then they reach, and there is a king was sitting. The tribal king was sitting. "Oh, you are that person. There are so many other people, tribals, all standing. Hoo ha, hoo ha," like that. He said, the devotee in South Africa, middle of the jungle, that king told. Uh, One time there was one devotee in the forest. He was chanting Hare Krishna. I was so attracted. They gave this Bhagavad Gita. I have this Bhagavad Gita. Since then I've read, and I want to give my son to you. You train him in Bhagavad Gita, and you want to make him preacher like you. That's why I called you. And this devotee was thinking, my God. So this prediction of Mahaprabhu, even in the jungles you will lost it. Also, you will not miss Krishna consciousness. That's the power of Srila Prabhupada. So we should be indebted to Srila Prabhupada, this previous acharyas, because this all this thali, it was covered with the water. Actually, in fact, Mahaprabhu's after Sankirtan pastime, its entire thing was flooded. Ganga covered it, and it is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, who excavated these places. And Srila Prabhupada, who showed us what is Chaitanya Charitamrita all about. Such a nectar, every verse, you can't go further, another verse. I tend to stuck in the same verse. I cannot proceed further. Such a wonderful literature is given. So this all because possible is Vaishnava's kripa. That's the first lesson to be learned. So let us move on to the lesson 2. So Mahaprabhu, it is talking in the 13th shloka. Vishwarupa Siddhi Prapti Janena Shakala Dakshina Deshaye Udarite Karena Chala. Knowing everything, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was aware that Vishwarupa had already passed away. He pretend of ignorance of was necessary, aware so that he could go to South India and liberate the people here. So the context is Mahaprabhu wanted to go alone to South Indian Yatra. He does not want to take his Sangha with him. But Mahaprabhu, what he's doing is, if I say I'm going for Yatra, people say I will also come. Nityananda Prabhu, Swarup Damodar, Jagadaratha Pandita, they all will say I will also come. They will not leave Mahaprabhu. But he wants to go because he's finding it difficult to this with these people following, showing the world how to follow sannyas order. And the second thing, he knew that his brother already died. In spite of it, he's telling, I'm going on personal reason. I want to find out my brother. Where is he? And I want to search for him. He gives a personal reason. If I give personal reason, they will not disturb him. Number one confusion comes is why Mahaprabhu, such a supreme person of Godhead, has to tell lie. He knew that he's already Vishwarupa is dead. His brother is dead. Uh, in He was living in uh, Vittal Desh, then Vittala, Panduranga Vittala's place, and he's passed away. He knew that, or he has a power to convince others. Why Mahaprabhu is telling diplomatic or Chanchara is trying to cheat his devotees, saying that no, I'm going on a personal reason, even though he knew that that is not the reason. So, what we need to understand is that actually the great personalities also cheat for higher caste, not for the small caste, because Mahaprabhu want to follow all the rules and regulation. He wants to take a lot of austerity. He wants to go and preach the Sankirtan movement. The importance of the first Sankirtan movement is starting in South India to spread far and wide. And he said, if I miss this opportunity, because what happens is Nityananda Prabhu, and he says, looking at Nityananda Prabhu, "Oh, Nityananda Prabhu, I'm puppet in your hand. Whatever you say, I dance. You broke my tanda. You're not happy with me taking sannyasa. And you said I wanted to go to Vrindavan. What you did? Instead of that, you showed, oh, this is Ganga, this is Yamuna, and you showed Ganga and you brought me to Shantipur. And I am dancing because of you wherever I want to go. Now I want to go to South India. What if you say this is what South India and you bring me to some other place? I am really, this is the problem I have. Mahaprabhu started, what is it? Telling the negative aspect of it or the wrong aspect of it they did. But if you need to understand, this is Mahaprabhu's extreme ecstasy that he want to glorify, but he's doing ninda. Other way around is ninda. So in Krishna conscious, it's very, very difficult, especially Chaitanya Charitamrita. If somebody is scolding or chastising, that is the biggest mercy. And Advaita Acharya want to get that mercy. So he wanted to purposefully preach something then so that Mahaprabhu comes and fights with them. And we see so many things. Prataprutra have been uh, not given darshan, chastised. Whenever Mahaprabhu or any senior Vaishnavas chastise or Guru Maharaj chastise, it is the biggest mercy. And the punishment we celebrate as a festival. Raghunath Goswami was punished, but became a big festival of Chidadai festival. Here in it's a postgraduate, that's why it's called postgraduate study. In Srimad Bhagavatam, straight away, if somebody does mistake, you punish it. But here it is a festival of punishment. What is this? Where is that? Have you heard somebody did a mistake and you do a big festival? And here it is, he is doing Ninda. But internally, Mahaprabhu is so much relishing. Oh, such a pure Vaishnavas I'm associated with. They want to take care of so much love. How do I reciprocate? This is the mood Mahaprabhu is talking. But externally, if you see, read the shloka, he's criticizing everyone. And Nityananda, you are like this. I don't want to go with you. You might divert me somewhere else. Oh, look at this Jagdananda Pandita, who is none other than Rukmani Satyabhama in Krishna Lila. And he would prepare nice oils, perfume scented oils, opulent food he wants to give him. Mahaprabhu wouldn't accept, and he would fast. He would not talk for 3 4 days. And I can't see you not talking. And you want always me to enjoy sense gratification, and you will not speak. Look at this Mukunda. He will not speak anything, but internally he will be unhappy. Taking all my austerities, taking 3 times a day. I need to take a bath. Cold winter I go. He doesn't like me to take all these austerities. He will not say openly, but he would cry within his heart. How do I go with all of you? Look at this Swarup Damodar. He thinks that I'm still, he's a brahmachari, but I'm a sannyasi, but he still thinks that I'm young sannyasi. I don't know etiquette, how to behave them. With the sticks, he corrects me how to behave as a one sannyasi. And, he's still fatherly affection. He would tell Mahaprabhu how to be a social etiquette because you newly got sannyas order and things like that. And if I all go with you, I will not, this is, is telling this, all this criticality. Even the association of the devotee is important, but it is a contextual specific. It's not consciousness specific. There are certain services you want to do. Somebody who's good at book distribution, you have to go with them to learn book distribution. You can't say, no, I go elevated devotees, but they have not done book distribution before. So it is also, he's purposefully going for a preaching and he want to go alone. And so sometimes the Mahajanas, when they try to cheat, we should not call cheat because Mahajana, they don't really cheat. But the trick what they're trying to do is for the benefit of us. If Mahaprabhu has gone with them, probably they would have not allowed Mahaprabhu to preach as he wanted it. The entire India became a devotees Sankirtan movement was spreading like wildfire. That wouldn't have happened. So Mahaprabhu chose not to go with them. And it is that Shukriti, by serving the Vaishnavas, the lesson to be learned is by serving the Vaishnavas, you get the Shukriti. Then you get their Shukriti by serving them, you get the Kripa, mercy of the Vaishnavas. Through mercy of the Vaishnavas, you go and get the intelligence, spiritual intelligence. It's not the mental, Tadami Buddhi Yogantam. So sometimes we are confused. What should I do at this point? Should I do this or not? Should I take this or not? So all the spiritual intelligence is given by Viveka, is given by. So Mahaprabhu is glorifying one way other devotees, but he's telling my purpose is now this is much. Don't bother me. Then at least here another lesson to be learned is if I don't get this service, nobody should do it in the temple. I am the great person. How can I be not given the opportunity? I am the expert in this. Why other people are doing it? Nobody should do this service, right? That mood is what. But Nityananda Prabhu said, okay, Mahaprabhu is telling not to come. At least he said, you take this Kala Krishna Das. He will not speak anything. And he would come with you. Let other devotees do, right? Like that. So Mahaprabhu, so Nityananda Prabhu mood was that let other person do if I'm not able to do it. So this kind of cheating, everybody does. Even Sankaracharya, he wants to cheat his mother because he want to take sannyas and he has a mission to accomplish. So he was taking bath in the river. The crocodile caught hold of his leg. So mother, please protect, protect. He says, what should I do? What I can do? If you allow me for sannyas, then I will. This crocodile will go away. His mother thought, better saving my son than giving permission for his sannyas. He said, okay, okay. Anyway, you need to be alive. Otherwise, what is happen if crocodile eats you? Then what is the sannyas? No problem. You take sannyas. That's how he tricked his mother to get his sannyas. Then he went from the house. So like that, this they would trick their family sometimes of Nash people to go for higher caste, so that we should not take it as a cheating. So here Mahaprabhu is not telling lie. Even though he's Antaryami, he knows that his brother is not there, but this kind of trick is required to for the higher purpose. So the third lessons what we going to learn is that तुम्हारा दोही हस्ता बंदा नाम गानाने जला पात्र बहिर्वाशा विबहे कम के माने. So this is another important controversy everyone practically faces in Krishna conscious life. Is that first question is, why are you chanting on your beats? Why are you counting your rounds? I'm always devotee Prabhu. ನಾನು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಧ್ಯಾನಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಕೃಷ್ಣನಾಮ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ನನ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. When you ask them to chant, first thing they say, no, no, I am already chanting. I'm always thinking about Krishna. Oh, you are very sentimentalist. Why you should count? Why only 64? Why only 16 rounds? We should more, no? You people are foolish. You don't understand why you want to count. For them, this is the answer. Here, Nityananda Prabhu is telling, uh, so he uses two fingers, one to chant, another one is to keep track of how much you're counting. If you do your two hands in chanting, Mahaprabhu was doing it. Anybody asks what is the example? You need to quote Mahaprabhu saying that he was chanting two hands. Then how will you carry Kamandalu? How will you carry your cloths? Um, so this is what Nityananda Prabhu is arguing with Mahaprabhu. Then you're supposed to take Kala Krishna Das. He will not speak, even though I'm not able to come. His mood is that let somebody do this service. When Mahaprabhu falls out of ecstasy, who will take care of you, Mahaprabhu? You need to take somebody. So he's insisting. So that is counting your chants is very, very important. We are not at that level of pure Vaishnavas where we can, even pure Vaishnavas, it could be Haridas Thakur, he was counting on malas. Mahaprabhu, he was counting on malas. Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, everybody insisted counting on the malas. It is not that, if somebody says that, no, I mentally chant all the time, you're cheating yourself because you're not on the platform. One day you do it or some other day you'll forget it. You might be in somewhere else. So this is essentially to control our mind. It is systematically required because Mahaprabhu followed it. So another problem with this current yuga where we are preaching, this counting of mala is important. Why? Because previous days, it was preaching is very easy. When you go villages, we are not able to reach out WhatsApp saying that this program is happening. You may not be advertised, but who are there? They used to listen. They had the habit of listening to any visitors who come. They would listen Ramayana, Mahabharata, evening that they do drama. People were really happy and they learnt it with one attention because there is no other alternative. When TV also came during initial days, only Doordarshan was there. It was really Doordarshan because nobody watches it. One program of I remember Ramayana will come Sunday. That's the only day people watch. Otherwise, they don't understand. We don't understand Hindi, especially though we don't see. Or otherwise, it is the agriculture. Something they talk about agriculture. Somebody will hold some urea and he will say this is the program. Nobody was interested because they're not able to relate. And what you will see, and nobody watches it. Now later that mobile era came, the social media era is now running. It is very, very difficult. People who are addicted, even person who's addicted to drug, they can be revived. But person who's addicted to social media, they cannot be revived. It is worse than the drug nowadays. Imagine one day that mobile is gone wrong or something. The kind of anxiety the persons goes through, they can't live without mobile, without checking Facebook, WhatsApp, and they kind of toxicated. So you tell them you don't need to count your chant, but you just do chant. It's not going to happen. People are addicted in the social media nowadays. So like we do Ekadasi Vrata, fasting from grind, and we need to say fasting from mobile. for one day. You need to do digital detox. So the counting of essence of this is counting of Mahamantra is especially in this age is very important. Those days, no distraction. Probably would have told them to chant. They would have chanted more than 16 rounds mentally. Don't count, but you chant. Probably they would have chanted more. But in this Kali Yuga, it's not possible. And especially this age, what we are living in, is practically not possible without counting is chanting. So Mahaprabhu teaches this uh, here pretty much what one should, why should one should count this Mahamantra. Okay, let me go a little faster so that I can at least cover few of the things. So in 7.82, देखी नित्यानंद प्रभु कहे भक्त गणे यही रूपे नृत्य आगे हबे ग्राम ग्रामे. So this is the prediction. So now what happens is Mahaprabhu seeking the permission of all these associates. They half-heartedly, then he comes to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house, even though he's just 1 month old. He just converted in the March month, right? End of the March month, he's not even 1 month. He's going and telling Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, please give me permission. I want to go to South Indian trip. And he was telling, I got the fortunate after many years, your association. Now you want to leave. How can I, your Supreme Personality, I've got it. How can I stop you? But I have a request. Please stay for some more days. So Mahaprabhu obliged. He stayed for some more times in Puri. Then he starts going. Uh, then he says, prepare 4 set of line cloth, some kamandlu, and the extra cloths, external cloths. All these things he's arranging, and he's going and meeting darshan of the Jagannath, and Jagannath garland falls, and he gives us a Pujari gives us a garland offering. So Mahaprabhu got his blessings of the associates. He went personally. It is not that it's in the WhatsApp saying that I'm going Yatra. He went personally to every person. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, all the Nityananda Prabhu, Jagadananda, he told, I'm going. Please give me your permissions. He took proper blessings of the lordships, devotees' blessings. Then he stayed with them for some time. Then he started with Kalakrishna Das. Then uh, then he first place he went is where he went is Alarnath. Alarnath is the place, and devotees were also following. So uh, so this is the place, and Nityananda Prabhu was seeing this magnanimous chanting. He said, "Start Kirtan." You want to start his yatra with Kirtan. So always auspicious thing is that start with Kirtan. Srila Prabhupada, when he said, let it be sannyas initiation or temple opening, even though the other things are happening, but he always insisted on Kirtan happening. So he said, start Kirtan. So entire village came. Nearby places who were seeing this beauty of Mahaprabhu, they don't want to go. People has to literally beat them, go home. And they're not going away. They want to see beautiful form of Lord and the ecstatic Kirtan, and it was just memorized, and everybody was chanting Haribol and dancing ecstasy. And Nityananda Prabhu was telling this verse. देखी नित्यानंद प्रभु कहे भक्त गणे यही रूप नृत्य आगे अबे ग्राम ग्रामे. Every village will this holy name will spread. This is the prediction of Nityananda Prabhu. He knew very well, as I mentioned, even jungle of the forest in Africa, you can see that this has spread. And in fact, the person who is not devotee, atheists also became a devotees. This especially the KGBs, no? They would read thoroughly of Bhagavad Gita. They, take, and they was interrogating one of the devotees. Hey, you know this shloka? What is the meaning? And they would tell the proper shloka. And this devotee was thinking, oh my God, I have not yet read still Bhagavad Gita. These KGBs are so clever. They want to interrogate, and they have read all these shlokas, and they would asking many shlokas and quoting, what is this meaning, this meaning. This devotee felt very shamed. Oh, I'm a devotee. I'm supposed to read this, but these KGBs have written better than us. Huh? And I should let me dedicate my life. And this is none other than His Holiness Bhakti Vigyana Goswami Maharaj. Okay, wonderful lecture in our temple. I have always highest regards for him. Amazing devotee, Maharaj, and he goes very depth. And he was interrogated by KGB. That's how he felt. My God, the KGBs are interrogating me, and they're telling about Bhagavad Gita. Where, where, where it did not go. Such a communist country can spread, Prabhupada can spread this holy name. So that prediction of Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu is there. Why it will not spread? It is just we need to become instrument. Preaching is the essence. And Mahaprabhu has already decided where to preach, or how to preach, where to go. See, we just become instrument or not become instrument. That's our responsibility. So every town village, we should help Mahaprabhu to spread this holy name. Acharyas will be pleased. Um, so one time devotees were caught in Australia. The first time started Ratha Yatra, they were taking permission. They all arrested. They're saying, no, you can't do. This is against our law. You can't preach. And they all arrested. They wrote Prabhupada. Prabhupada, we are arrested in the jail. They're asking $5,000, $6,000 for the bail. Prabhupada said, nothing doing, you stay in the jail only. We will not give money. So devotees, he said, you start Kirtan. Prabhupada always depend on Kirtan. He such a commitment Prabhupada had on his holy name, unshakable. And he started in USA under the tree. He just depended on holy name, nothing else. That's such a powerful commitment Prabhupada had. One time, one devotee want to ask Srila Prabhupada, how do you make this such a wonderful, amazing achievement at the age of 70? And Prabhupada silently started chanting. He didn't respond. Second time asked, third time asked, fourth time asked. Prabhupada said, I've already told you, I'm this Hare Krishna Mahamantra potency. So like that, Mahaprabhu, these devotees were, what did they did in the jail? They started doing Mangala Arti Kirtan. And it's such so much Kirtan influenced. There is one jailer, there is one whatever committed offenses. That person started seeing the jailer and saying Haribol. And they started greeting Hare Krishna. And the jailer got confused. My God, these guys are converted within a week, the entire jail into different. Better they're outside, they're safe than inside. Otherwise, they will create havoc. So the jailer came and immediately released all the devotees. The devotees doesn't matter. Then they realized, my God, Srila Prabhupada asked us not to release from the jail. They are so happy to do kirtan in jail and convert the people. So this is the potency of any situation. Nobody can say, Prabhu, I have such a commitment. I am very low born. I'm very poor. I don't know shlokas. I can't properly speak. I'm not educated. I don't have time. There is no excuses you can give. And anybody can preach. If somebody is giving excuses, it's your own personal problem you're bringing in, or you're more eye-centric than depending on the mercy of the Lord. So first thing is Namaruchi. You get Namaruchi, then you get Vaishnava Seva, then Jivadoya. So Mahaprabhu gave these three things. Especially in South India Yatra, Jivadoya is very importantly emphasized. He gave to the masses and classes. For the masses like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, sorry, classes, he would speak highest philosophy. But for the class masses, he would preach this Kirtan movement, because you can't tell them a lot of philosophy, and it's very difficult to go into the head. Sorry, I've been going on. I don't know what is the time. 8:13. Okay, I will go for another 5 minutes. Um, then the Jivadoya emphasis is done in this South India Yatra, because you want to preach to the masses and classes. So he if you see this systematically comes to Srirangam, he defeats the philosophy of Ramanujacharya's, of Sri Sampradaya, saying that how worshipping of Radha Krishna is supreme. He comes to Udupi as well. Tattvavadis, he has an argument and he establishes why we should worship. And he goes to other places. Thiruvattaru, I missed that place where he found this wonderful Brahma Samhita, fifth chapter. There are 100 chapters are there. We got only one chapter. Ishvara Paramakrishna Sachidananda Vigraha. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. Wonderful prayers of Brahmaji. And also is Krishna Kartamrita by Vilva Mangal Thakur. He got some of the literatures that then he made a copy, then he distributed. He emphasizes on the Jivadaya. Uh, Preaching is very, very important. So Mahaprabhu started the Sankirtan movement. Of course, Namaruchi Vaishnava Seva. In the South India Yatra, mainly you see the Jivadaya part of the Mahaprabhu. How compassionate, how one should help in Srila Prabhupada mission in spreading your Guru's mission, in helping him in spreading the mission. To whatever extent, we should not be complacent, but we should try to help in this. So this is the wonderful lessons we can learn. And the moving on to the next one, and the Brahmana Vasudeva. Okay. बहु सुतिति करे कहे सुना दया माया जीवे यही गुना नहीं तो मते यही हया मोरे देखी मोरा गंदे पालया पामरा हे ना मोरे स्पर्शा तुम्ही स्वतंत्र ईश्वरा. So the Brahmana Vasudeva continued, O merciful Lord, such a mercy is not possible for ordinary living entities. Such mercy can be found only in you. Upon seeing me, even a sinful person goes away due to my bad bodily order. Yet you have touched me such independent behavior of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, and Yatra, he goes, then first places he comes is the Kurma Brahmana, and Kurma Brahmana wanted to leave, and Mahaprabhu said, no, no, preach. So similarly, this Vasudeva is the leprosy, the worms would fall down, you put it back. He was so compassionate. But he heard about Mahaprabhu. He wanted to came, by the time he came to Kurma Brahmana's house, Mahaprabhu would have left. But Mahaprabhu, knowing this art of this devotee, comes back again. He embraces him. All his fusses, everything goes away. Then he started worrying too much. Somebody needs to happy in the situation it goes, he should be happy. But instead of this, he's very become more morose than the previous. Mahaprabhu asked, why are you even morose? Now your leprosy is cured. He said, now people, what they will think? Oh, he's a special person. See, Mahaprabhu gave his special mercy, and I become, what if I become proud? And it's like Madhavendra Puri, Kirchor Gopinath. He has showed Kheer, and the Pujari told Madhavendra Puri, Krishna has stolen Kheer for you. He immediately left that place, thinking that people will start surrounding me, then look at the big personality, and then I don't want to stay here anymore. So similarly, this Vasudeva, a Brahmana, thinking, what if I become puffed up? And Mahaprabhu said, don't worry, you chant Hare Krishna, you will not become proud. So this is another lesson to be learned, that we need to be always in Trinarapi Sunichena. Krishna, even slightest pride, he doesn't like it. Even the gopis, the highest, Vrajavado Vargenava Kalpita, Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam. Main thing is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, um, uh, so worship of the mood of the gopis is the highest. Pramanamamalam, out of Shastras, Srimad Bhagavatam is highest Pramanam. Aradhya Bhagavan, Vrajesha out of worship of all the devotees, Krishna is the Supreme Personality to be worshipped. Vrajesha Tanayas, Vrindavana, Taddama Vrindavana, out of all the holy places, Vrindavan is the holiest places. Ramya Kachati Vipassana Vrajavado, Vargena Vakalpita, Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam, Prema Pramatto Mahan. So Mahaprabhu gives 4 or 5 things out of about Vrindavan is best. Out of the literature, Srimad Bhagavatam is the best. So even that slightest highest devotees, gopis had slightest pride, Krishna ran away from the Prasad dance. So this Trinarapi Sunichena, Tahorapi Sakishnuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadari. Out of all the instruction, thousands of instruction is there. Prabhu, one instruction you tell me which I should follow in my lifetime. Then Sistashtakam is important. Out of Sistashtakam, out of all the verses, this Trinarapi Sunichena is important. And so out of all this important is Kirtaniya Sadari. So one follows this Trinarapi Sunichena, then the entire essence of Krishna conscious philosophy is there. How with humility one should chant Sadari. This is the summon born of the entire preaching of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So such a wonderful Sistashtakam. So this is another lesson learned from this the Brahmana who is finally Mahaprabhu meets this Brahmana, Kurmashetra. He takes the darshan of Nrsingadev. And then he continues further down to Tirumala, Tirupati, Ahobilam, Srisailam, and he meets Shiva, Parvati. Then he go to Dhanushkoti, Rameshwaram, Kanyakumari, and this Thiruvattaru place. Then also he goes to Kerala. Then he comes to Karnataka. Like that, then he goes back to Puri. So I would stop here for any corrections or. Sorry, I've taken a little time because we started a little late. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Gaurchandra Gopinath Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much for such a beautiful narration. I know that South India Yatra itself is a weeks or months class, but thank you very much for giving the gist of the Mahaprabhu's mood and what was his mission and what is the internal reasons and external reasons for Mahaprabhu to take up this South India Yatra. And Mahaprabhu has fired up the entire country during his yatra, and this pastime that you explained was so beautiful, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. And I think again it was Mahaprabhu's desire and wish that you have to give a class today, and it happened. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, you may please unmute your mic and share your comments or reflections or questions.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, wonderful, amazing. Actually, we have read the chapter under the guidance of our Siksha Guru, Sundarup Sham Prabhu, and also he took us to the South India tour. That's how we are able to understand every detail what you said. It's like topping what you said, Prabhu. Wonderful, very nice. Yeah. And every time when I go to Yatra, I would like to come and see the deities. And then a few people I used to tell, I'm going on Yatra, I'm going on Yatra. I used to tell and offer obeisance. I used to think, am I overdoing it? But after listening to you, I said that's a prerequisite that we should do it. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
So Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, so much example with minute details. And everything is there. Practically what we do, it is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is a PhD. And every verse teaches so much lessons. And Palashruti, for those who hear today, these past times of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Shraddha Kori ye Leela ye kare Shravana, Achirate Milaye Tare Chaitanya Charana. This Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami blessings that everyone who heard faithfully today surely will soon attain the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. This is his blessings, Palasurti of hearing today, South Indian Yatra.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I have one doubt, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you mentioned that it's one of the questions that raised about our Krishna consciousness movement is that why you are chanting 16 rounds, 64 rounds, why not 24 hours, 365 days like that, Prabhuji? You explained, but I couldn't understand. Can you please repeat that, Prabhuji? It's practically we come across this question across everywhere.
Because Mahaprabhu did. Even the greatest personalities, they always chanted on the malas. They always counted. There is no one, any acharya show me example where they said no. I will mentally always think. There is no such case. Starting from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even Mahaprabhu used to chant two hands. One he would count. Another one is to track how much he chanted. That's why Nityananda Prabhu is telling this, if you chant, Tumara dui haste bande nama gananane, gananane means counting. Ganana means counting. Nama, you're counting on your two fingers, two hands. How do you carry this? So Nityananda Prabhu is not telling, which means that Mahaprabhu followed every day. He would chant on his fingers, counting. Otherwise, he was always thinking, Antaryami, I don't need to chant. Mahaprabhu doesn't need to chant, but he is counting and chanting. This is the beauty of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it's revealing Mahaprabhu was chanting. Why we should not do? Somebody you can tell that example. Otherwise, let it be even Haridas Thakur. Did he count? Yes, he counted his chant 3 lakh names. Does our previous acharyas count? Yes, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. Everybody asked us to chant and count. Somebody might say, this is the answer I tell digital detox I was talking about. Another example why in this Kali Yuga so much distraction. It is not practically possible to chant, always think about Krishna. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, always think about me. Kirtaniya Sadahari, boss, this is my instruction. 24/7 you have to chant. Do you think people can do 24/7? At least the Acharya said 64 rounds. At least Srila Prabhupada said do 16 rounds. Unless we are not trained to be chanting all the time. That platform to come, initially we need to imitate and start doing 16 rounds. And it becomes a later point of time you become in Krishna conscious, then you will become. Because this digital world, it is very, very highly impossible. There are so much distraction. You can't say always I'm chanting, I'm always a devotee. That is not possible. So right from Mahaprabhu to everyone followed it. So we should also follow counting this. Otherwise, practically, it's not possible to think Krishna is always without counting the names.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Essentially, we follow the footsteps of our acharyas and Guru Parampara.
This is the evidence where Supreme Personality of Godhead himself chanting and counting and chanting. If somebody has to take this shloka 737 and show them, see, this is what Nityananda Prabhu is telling about Mahaprabhu.
Sure, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Prabhu, but we don't see the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in all the places, Prabhu. Only in few places we see. Right?
Srirangam, at least it is there. It is
Yes,
His
sir.
Holiness Jayapatka Maharaj is trying to do. Now this Vrindavan is going to put a lot of footprints. Many places, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur made an effort to put all these places, the lotus feet, and it requires a lot of effort to put a small mandap, construct and put a lotus feet. This time His Holiness Jayapatka Maharaj is doing in all the Vrindavan Yatra. Like that, he's making, he's always for the Dham. His love for Dham is amazing. And initially, when we are going now the Parikrama, there's no places was owned by ISKCON. Everywhere, some ground will put a tent and do it. And he was thinking about future generation. He started acquiring some properties because what if tomorrow somebody, creates a problem? So he now he ensures the entire Navadip Parikrama. He have ISKCON properties, and that can be used in future. He ensured that all those facilities been made, and wherever he goes inside deep, if you go to Malda, the only person they'll talk about is His Holiness Jayapath Maharaj. You know, you are a disciple of, the first thing they'll ask is because you would go and give some money to construct some memorial or renovate the, even though they are maintaining it, no problem, but they would try to give money to renovate. I went to the remote Malda sometime, and where Rupa Goswami jail is there, where he was jailed. All those places, Malda, very interior, very remote places. But Maharaj went and he gave money and established those places and he returned. It is divine, His Grace Bhakti, AC Bhaktivedanta Charity Trust or something. And he will put a blanket board saying that it's under the help of that they constructed. They're so happy that the other Vaishnavas coming and helping. Many people now wants to give the temple to ISKCON. There are many ISKCONs. If you go to Malda, there are 2, 3 temples. All of them gifted by somebody because it's a Shiva temple. They said, "Oh, you take care of it." So next to Shiva, they will put Radha Krishna deities and worship them. Many of them started giving donations to ISKCON, saying that you maintain it. It's very difficult for us. Like that, many places, even Kanai beautiful place. It was maintained by somebody else. Finally, the dream, the devotee came, we give it to ISKCON, and it came to ISKCON. Even Rajapur Jagannath, Jagannath told, please give it to ISKCON. These acharyas are having that mood. Unless we wouldn't have got Rajapur Jagannath, Jagannath himself recommending that I want to go to ISKCON. And how it came is a history, right? So like that, these acharyas are trying to do. You can also do your bit. You can talk to their department. They will tell you there are so many projects Maharaj has everywhere. You say this is when you go on announcement Padayatra, then they'll say this is project requires money because this places we want to buy. This is the places we want to secure for the devotees. There are so many places when you go on Yatra, especially now Gaur Purnima Mandal Parikrama happens. They will tell you this is a place ISKCON now is acquired and we have a place to stay. All this Nava islands Maharaj is trying to acquire because you need money also. You need to construct TOP, you have to do for preaching. There are so many activities, money needed. But still, he's trying to do that bit of saving all those historical places for us, the future generation to come. Otherwise, what else they'll go and see? Everything is occupied, and what is the inspiration we'll get? So everybody try to do a little bit of their contribution to take these places. Yeah, Maharaj is doing. You can help them. You can contact their offices, and you can try to help them.
Yes, Prabhu. I'm in touch, Prabhu.
And other thing is that you take a tour, people on these places. Initially I was going all 108. I was mad about going 108 Divya Desham. Most of the time I skip ISKCON Sunday feast program. I would go. Then I realized after reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, in case I have to go, I will go only Tirtha Yatra where Mahaprabhu went. Otherwise, I will not go. Nowadays, I stopped going to all this. It's not that I don't have respect for 108 temples, but I have more love for Mahaprabhu. And I said I will go only to these places and I'll remember pastimes of Mahaprabhu. So now I will go to only places where Mahaprabhu went. So you can take all the devotees, remember these places, go and read Katha. What is stopping?
Thank you, Prabhuji. I think what you said about other sampradayas giving temples to ISKCON, it's continuing even in Bangalore. I think we may be knowing that in Agarvavi there was one Madhva family. They were worshipping Bala Swarupa of Lord Krishna as a family tradition, and they had at a small temple. And they on seeing our I think our ISKCON devotees were practicing there, and on seeing that they completely handed it over to ISKCON. And we have a very beautiful temple built in Nagarbavi, and we are maintaining that.
Yes. Yes. Now Mahaprabhu is there. So like that. So Mahaprabhu footprints needs to go everywhere, and Prabhupada used to cry when you see in Leelamrita. Even before Prabhupada goes, the Dui Jana, so Prabhupada would cry singing that song. How merciful Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, even before I go, they are there. Prabhu was going first time, but you see already Gaurnitha worship is being done. So they will go every town and village. It is the prediction of Nityananda Prabhu. There is nothing that go wrong in Nityananda Prabhu's prediction. It's just that you want to become instrument or not.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, devotees. Are there any other questions before we wrap up the day? Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you once again for wonderful summary of the gist of Mahaprabhu's mood during South India Yatra. It's always a pleasure to hear from you, and hearing Mahaprabhu's pastime again. It's another, jewel. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Thank you, devotees. Thank you.
Please
We
pray.
will catch up again tomorrow morning at the temple at Niytam Bhagavata Sevaya. Hare Krishna.
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां
पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद निताय गौर प्रेमानंद की हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees. And Pranam, I'll end the Zoom session.